What's up, Fresh Fam? It's Thursday. I have the meeting with Bicoastal today. So I got a haircut. I'm dressed. I'll show you guys the full fit later. I'm just wearing blazers, some dark blue jeans, and a black t-shirt. Simple. I got a haircut. I don't really know what I want to do with my hair, so I'm just going to show you guys how I would normally do my hair if I was doing a photo shoot or if I just wanted to, dress up for something kind of nice. First thing I would do, just kind of wet my hair a little bit. I just took a shower, so it's not, completely dry, but still needs a little bit. I put a little bit of mousse. This is mousse. This is Suave. It's 8. I don't know if there's a 10 or not, but usually I put, I don't know, like that much. Not a ton. I don't have a lot of hair. That much. And just kind of work that through. That's actually probably too much. Put some of that in the sink. Work that through. Work it. Oh. So that's all nice and incorporated. That's going to give me volume. And, I don't know what mousse does. It's holding, I think. Volume and holding. Sure, let's say that. All right. And then heat spray, heat protector. This is to protect my hair because I'm going to blow dry it. This is also like if I was going to flat iron it, you would want to use a heat protectant to protect your hair. And then I'll just kind of brush all that through so that it's well incorporated. And then, okay. Now I'm going to blow dry. Sorry, I keep forgetting the camera's not there. I'm going to blow dry my hair. I'm going to fast forward through all of it and I'm going to talk through what's going to happen. I'm just going to blow dry it that way, 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 so that it gets dry fully and then also builds volume. So that's what's happening now. You can see that I'm kind of brushing it through brushing it through and curling it, brushing it through and curling it. That's going to give it kind of like a straight and then wave back. That gives it shape. That's pretty much it. So as you can see, I've got some weird volume. It's nothing crazy. Now, if I were doing a specific look that required like a high volume, like almost like a pomp, I would do I have this specific comb in my garment bag, so I would use this. It gives separation and it lifts and it gives that volume. I might actually still kind of use it. I like this. Hey, so you see how it gives those teeth marks where it kind of gives that separation and then that volume. So what I would do is, since I've got the volume already, the next thing I'm going to do is add this volumizing powder. You can get this stuff from anywhere. This is the one that I like using. It's powder. It gives texture. It gives volume. Kind of soaks up any of that additional liquid that you have in your hair, and it allows that separation as well. And it gives like some stiffness, but with where there's still some movement, right? And this is BTS or BTZ brand from Sally's. It's their internal brand. And you just kind of go in at the root as a powder. And I just kind of work that into the hair. I'm sweating a little bit right now. This is white powder, but it does dry clear. So I've never had to worry about it being super super white or anything like that. It's not going to show up on my scalp or anything. So what I do now is, I mean, that's a crazy volume, and I don't need that kind of volume. So I kind of just tame it a bit. You know, bring in some of this for shape. Comb it through a little bit. Comb it the way I want it to be. Kind of Donald Trump it, you know? But without being a terrible human. I mean, that's more or less it, you know? It's got the volume on it. It's got some nice shape. It's not super stiff. I don't have, you know, I still have a lot of movement. I'll probably hairspray it after this, but that's the basic gist. If I want it stiff, I'll hold it like that, hairspray it, and then just pet it down. And that's kind of how I've done my hair for the last few years. So if anybody was curious, that's how it's done. Probably gonna add some hairspray. Take the glasses off so it doesn't get hairspray particles all over my glasses. Just spray at a distance, like the bat wings. I don't want to fuck up the volume, but also don't want it to be super weird over here. It's it's detached on this side, so it can hang, you know. So if I want a little hang, but sometimes I don't want the hang there, so I just kind of tuck it back, and it's fine. I got like one little hangy hang over my hair there. I'm kind of cool with that. If I obsess over it, it's going to take forever. So men, stop giving your women shit for taking too long to do their hair. And dudes, take a little bit of time to care about your look, care about how you present yourself, and maybe more women will like you. Either way, that's how I do my hair. Wish me luck. I have the I have that meeting. I'm leaving. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long. It's supposed to be simple, so I'm just gonna wear a watch, my my Spy Kids watch, and I am gonna wear earrings. It doesn't say yes or no to earrings, but I feel like I need to wear earrings, so I'm going to. So I'm just gonna go with 2 studs. Normally I would do, you know, the dangle, but no dangle. Keeping it simple. So I have exactly 1 hour to get there, and it's in Hollywood, and I'm nervous now. I undershot it. I was trying not to overshoot it or to undershoot it, and I was trying to undershoot it and I overshot it. Gotta find my other earring. Couldn't find my other black one, so I went with 2 clear studs, or whatever, white, whatever you want to call it. Okay, bye. What up, Fresh Fam? So, in true Seth fashion, I'm running late. I took too long getting ready. I was basically putting together my portfolio. I was dead to the world last night. There was no way I was going to be able to work on it last night. I did a lot, and all I had to do was get up this morning and go through my computer and go through it. I found a few extra ones. I combined them all. But the thing that was really pissing me off was I couldn't find my fucking iPad. I have an iPad that, like, I haven't used in a long time because one of my kids locked it, and it's like perma-locked. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just wipe it. And because I wanted them to have something big that I could put my portfolio on so they could swipe through and see the images. It said in the email, please bring something that we can see your images on. It just said an iPad, a phone, etc. But I just feel like without printed images, an iPad would be the next best thing. But I couldn't find it anywhere, and so now I'm like kind of obsessing about it, because I don't have very many places that it could be. And I checked all those places last night. So there's two options. Either somebody grabbed it and it kind of up and walked away from my apartment, or it's in my garage, which is not super likely. I don't think that I would have put it anywhere that would have ended up in my garage. However, it's a possibility because sometimes I'll just pack up stuff and I'll load stuff away or whatever and put it in a bin or put it in a box and then put it in my garage. So that is plausible, but I just don't see it as very likely. So in any event, I took all my images and I put them in one folder. I put them on my phone. I have a good phone. It's good size, so you can see the images pretty well. The only thing I'm concerned about is handing my phone over to these women or these people, I don't know who's going to be in this meeting, and getting like a text message or something. And I don't know, like I can't control what people send me, and sometimes those text messages are personal, let's just put it that way. And so yeah, like I think what I'm going to do is put my phone in like airplane mode so that I can't get any messages, and then just keep my fingers crossed and hope that nobody messages me while they're going through my phone. I also hope that they don't go into any other folders. So I don't know. It's not that big of an issue. I'm sure it won't be a big deal, but it is kind of bothering me that I don't know where my iPad is. So it's also bothering me that I'm behind on my videos. So I've been filming them, but then editing and posting is behind. So let's see here. Sunday has gone up. Monday I'm currently editing. And it's Thursday. Tuesday and Wednesday, nothing really happened, so they're not really going to be great videos, but I have them, and Monday was such a long day that it's taking me a little bit longer because I'm having to scrub through that footage, you know, make any cuts that need to be cut, and then I can go through the rendering process and upload process. So just to give you guys a heads up, it is 10:38. My ETA is 10:57, and my meeting is at 11. So I'm hoping that they're cool about like traffic. I'm hoping they're cool about parking. This is 1000% on me. I should have left earlier. I took too long getting dressed, too long getting my portfolio done, too long, getting my hair done. All of these things I took too long on, and it's 1000% my fault. I should have just. I was up since like 6:45. I've been up. There's no reason why I should be running late right now, like at all. Like there's no excuse, no reason. It's just, procrastinators procrastinate. That's what we do. And I think it's just because it adds urgency. Like, you know what I mean? Like it makes it so that you put a little bit more pep in your step. So I don't know. Either way, hopefully it says originally I was gonna make it at 11:10. So I was certainly going to be late, but now it says 10:57. So, provided that is accurate, I should. And parking's the one thing that's going to fuck me on this because it's in fucking Hollywood. So I don't know what the parking situation is. If it's, if they have an underground like lot or something like that, if they have valet, I don't care what it is. I will just pay it, so that I don't miss my meeting. The last thing I want to do is make them think that I don't respect their time. And that's something that I have to work on, because I don't want people to think that because I made a mistake, it has in any way means that that I don't respect them or their time, and that's just something that is like a big fear of mine. The last thing I want is for them to think that, and if they canceled the meeting or whatever, or rescheduled, then I would just understand, because it's 1000% my fault. But I'm hoping that I can make it there, even if like I get there, park, and maybe I'm walking up and it's a couple minutes late. I'm hoping that that's still acceptable. It is not what I would like to be doing, though. I would much rather be, there a few minutes early. Motherfucker. Hollywood traffic is a bitch. I hate it. I hate driving through LA, especially if you have somewhere to be, because it's so unpredictable. But anyways, I will let you guys know how it goes. So Insta360, the camera is available right now. It did go live. It's kind of weird because it said that it was Black Friday specials or whatever, but there doesn't seem to be really that much of a deal because the price today is the same as the price it was yesterday. But there are a couple of free giveaways that are coming with it. One is a 2-in-1 tripod, and one is a hard shell case. Those are free with anybody that orders for Black Friday. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Like I get the free gift. So if nothing else, like I'm getting something back for making the purchase that way. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out which accessories I need to buy or want to buy. Because there's different bundles. They have one that's called like the bicyclist bundle and the content creator bundle and the adventure bundle. Like they have these different bundles, and the bundles put different attachments, accessories inside. But some of those accessories are a tripod, and so I don't want to get one that has a tripod that I don't need, so I have double the tripods. You know, I don't want to pay for something I don't need. I might just buy the camera by itself and then attach the individual accessories that I'm looking for. So I've been watching some videos to figure out which accessories fit my needs, because I don't need a bunch of random accessories that I'm not going to use. A tripod would be cool. A tripod that has a selfie stick for like extended shots would be cool. A 2-in-1 would be cool, but it sounds like I'll be getting that with this sale. So I'm not really gonna sweat it. I'll be putting in the purchase today though. And it says it'll be here in like 3 to 5 business days. So looks like I'll be shooting on that very soon. I also have to see how big of an expandable memory it has, because I want to make sure I maximize that. And so I'll look for a sale on micro SDs on Amazon and grab like a couple of those, depending on how big I can go and how big they hold. So that way, if I'm shooting and I hit capacity, I can pull it and put a new one in and, you know, be on the road. There are a couple really cool accessories, but I'm gonna keep looking into those to see what I really need. I definitely want a microphone. There is a creator bundle that has the Air mic, I think it's called. It's part of the Insta360 ecosystem, and it automatically connects via Bluetooth to the camera, but the camera also has USB-C attachment, and so I can just buy a third-party one, but I have not been very successful with third-party lav mics. They're pretty shitty. And usually they look really cool, but then you actually go to use them and practically they're not. Also, if I buy a third-party one, it's going to have a little dongle that attaches to the camera in order to make it, to allow it to connect via Bluetooth, and that just increases the size of the camera that I'm trying to keep small, you know, as small as possible. So I might just bite the bullet and get the one that comes with Insta360. I think it's like $40 or something on sale right now. So it's not even like a huge amount of money, and it just makes more sense, you know, to include it in the bundle. So I'll keep you guys posted when I get to that. I will let you guys know what happens here. I will film anything that I can film, and I will talk about it afterwards. So catch you guys later. So I'm filming this for Rad. Look, Rad. The other day when we went to the Funko store, I showed him the Netflix building. They have the Stranger Things and the Netflix building right here. The building I'm going to is right next to those buildings. So that's pretty cool. I just thought that was a cool, like, full circle moment, because I was like, oh, look, the Netflix building, and he's never been to, you know, Hollywood or anything, so he was like, oh, cool. And then now I'm here. Okay, bye. I'm so fucking nervous. I'm so nervous.
Basically, Natalie and Jordan.
Ah, very cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, I got out of the meeting a little while ago. I will share about that in a minute. But I stopped to get coffee and didn't think, completely forgot about keto. And so I just got coffee. The coffee has sugar in it, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I'm right next door to a really nice ramen restaurant. Ramen's my favorite food. And so fuck it. I'm gonna go get ramen because I already had this and I really want to. So I know I said I was gonna do keto, but like this, I don't want to miss this. So I'll show you guys how that is, and then I'll talk about the meeting later. Just testing this to see it. Thank you.
por the soup and
I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, what up, Fresh Fam? I'm in the car. I'm driving home. I just had an absolutely lovely meal, and I don't even feel bad about it. I had to leave because I was gonna shit my pants. I am not even kidding you, dude. I don't know if I don't know what hit me the worst or the most, but all I really had was that iced coffee, and then I sat down to have lunch, and I'm like ordering, I ordered food or whatever, and I'm sitting there, I'm drinking and eating, and then all of a sudden my stomach was like, blah, 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 and I was like, oh fuck. And so luckily I was almost done with my meal, and so I was like, I need to use the restroom. So then I go, but the way that the restaurant is, it's like this tiny little restaurant, and I asked the lady, I was like, oh, where's the restroom? Thinking, I don't know where I thought it was gonna be, but she was like, right there. And literally, so like, here's the restaurant. Like, imagine it's a square. It's like right here. It's like in the restaurant. If you walk in the front door, there's like the restaurant, and then there's the bathroom. And it's like one stall. You lock it, but like, I'm not about to, like, it was literally, when I walked in, it was empty. There was one other person in there. By the time I was done eating, it was packed. So I had just beaten the lunch rush, and it was jam-packed with people. And I was like, I am not gonna get in here, pull my pants down, and while people are eating fucking ramen 2 feet away. No shot. So I just went number onesies, kind of took some of the pressure off the bladder area, and just hoped for the best. So right now I currently still have to go to the bathroom, but traffic is starting to pick up, and I didn't feel like sitting in fucking rush hour traffic, so I'm just holding it till I get home. So that meal was lovely. Hopefully you guys watched back that part. It was really, really good. Ramen was probably the most mid thing out of everything. That lobster bao was pretty decent. I'm not a huge seafood fan, but I do like crustaceans. I like lobster, crab, shrimp, shellfish. I don't really like fish. And that had, I don't know if it's, what's the stuff called? The fish eggs. I keep wanting to say escargot. It's not escargot. It's not calamari. It's, I don't know. It'll come to me. You know what I'm saying. You're probably screaming it at the screen right now. Caviar. It had caviar or some sort of fish egg, something, I don't know, little ones on top. But overall, it was fine. It just had like a little bit more of a fishy taste than I really partial to. The real sleeper was that tuna crispy rice. Ooh, girl. And then that ice cream at the end, it was really sweet. I think it was like some sort of caramel base. I gotta look back at the menu. They took my menu, so I wasn't able to get a video of that last thing that I had just ordered. So I gotta look it up. But the real surprise was that ice cream had these little like crispy, like, I don't know if it was puffed rice or what, but it was little teeny tiny puffed balls, and it kind of was like a take on caviar, but they were crunchy, like super crunchy, and they had like a toasted sesame flavor, and it was really good. So that toasted sesame with the caramel, I don't know what it was. I gotta look it up. I'll show it, at some point once I get not driving anymore. But yeah, it was really good. All I did was kind of scrape off those little crunchy bits, and I ate a little bit of ice cream with the crunchy bits, and then I was like, I gotta go, dog. But I didn't finish all the ramen. I ate the chashu pork and the wood ear mushrooms and some of the corn and some broth. But a lot of times with ramen, I can't really do the noodles. Ever since I had weight loss surgery, noodles fill up my stomach really fast. So my two favorite foods are ramen and lasagna, and I can't really fully enjoy either of those anymore. But it was so good that I asked him if he would box it up, and so he did. And I have it here. It's separate broth and ramen, so I can get home and re-add the broth and finish it later. If I eat it slowly, it's fine, but I had already eaten, the the egg too. I had already eaten the egg, so I was just like, nah, I'm gonna take this to go. But oh man, my tum. Okay, so the breakdown. It went really well. Well, it went well. I don't know if it went really well, but it went well. I'm nervous. I could use a win right now, honestly. If they decided, I mean, if they decide to offer me a contract, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that I'm going to immediately start making a ton of money. It doesn't mean anything. All it means is that now they represent me. They're going to send me for auditions. They said it's a lot of self-tapes, so a lot of times I would just be making a self-tape and submitting, making a self-tape and submitting. And but they're really sweet. They were very much like, yeah, we're not cutthroat here. We're not. If you can't make it to something, you know, we're not going to be upset. We're not. You're not on the chopping block or anything. They kind of explained to me how it works and what they're going to be submitting me for, and I was like, submit me for everything. I'll just do all the stuff, whatever you guys think that might be a good fit for me, or even if you're not sure, just submit it. I'll submit for whatever. So they were saying that, like, oh, because I have kids, they might submit me for some like family stuff, so that means the kids would get paid too. And then they took measurements. They took digitals, like just images of me. They took full panel measurements from every aspect of my body. Asked a bunch of questions, you know, just kind of wanted to get a good idea of like me, anything that I would be willing to do, wouldn't be willing to do, that sort of thing. They did say that like they have clients that have done stuff for like Wegovy or Ozempic or whatever. She was like, if you're not open to those, that's fine. I would never push you to do something, you know, but if it is something you're open to, like, those pay really well. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, we have clients that have earned like over $300,000 just doing like one ad or one campaign for like Wegovy or whatever. And I was like, okay. And I told her, I was like, look, I'm very particular about how plus size people are portrayed. So you guys might remember, like, a while back, I was gonna do that video with that saxophone player or whatever, but I was nervous about how a big person was gonna be portrayed, and I just don't want to do anything where they're like, oh, he's the slob, or he's this, or he's that. Like, nah, that's not my bag. But you know, I know plenty of people who do Wegovy and Ozempic, and I don't knock it. You know, I think that if I might even try it at some point. So I told her, you know, run everything by me, and if I'm open to it, I'll run it. So she said that they were going to talk it over with the team, and then get back to me, see if they were going to offer me anything. I told her, you know, I would ask her any questions if any questions pop up, and that was kind of it, guys. I mean, it was a really, really lovely meeting. They were very, very nice ladies. They were very, very helpful and hospitable. They had this really cool comp card wall, and I didn't notice any familiar faces, but she did say that I need an updated look, so they're gonna help me organize a photo shoot. Usually it's like 3 to 4 looks. It'll be like they'll have me shop my closet, they'll help me put together looks, they'll book a studio. So basically it's like paying for a photographer, paying for a studio to do multiple looks so that they can actually shop me around, because a lot of my stuff is old because I haven't really done anything in a while, which I'm like, okay, that's fine. So that might be on the horizon if they decide that they want to book me. And we'll see, man. Like I said, there's no guarantee that this will turn into anything, but, you know, she said, how much, you know, what's your rate? Like, what would you consider reasonable, especially if we needed you to, like, take a day off of work? And I was like, I don't really know. Like, I'd have to sit down and do the math or whatever. And she was like, is $2,000 a day good? Like, would that be reasonable enough for you to take a day off? And I was like, yes it would. So for a 6 or 8 hour day, if I'm earning $2K, even if it's just a couple times a month, you know, or even a couple times a quarter, you know, like to do fit modeling or campaign or, you know, print or whatever, could be, you know, a nice chunk of change. and hopefully I can still keep my 9 to 5 unless this for some reason takes off and they just start booking me like crazy, and then I might have to actually consider, you know, walking away from my 9 to 5 or taking a long hiatus or something. But who knows? That's, again, putting the cart before the horse. I don't want to get ahead of myself. All in all, though, it was a really good meeting, followed by a really good lunch. Now I'm going to go home and probably going to go through my garage. I have to find some Magic the Gathering cards for Kenny. I have to find my jacket from when I did Rocky Horror, because that's going to end up being my jacket for Newsies. And then, since now I can't find my iPad, I'm going to look in there for my iPad as well and see if maybe I just put it in a box somewhere. I'm also thinking about pulling up my Christmas decorations. I think it'd be kind of cool to like pull up my Christmas decorations, maybe invite the kids over, have them help me decorate, put up the tree and whatnot. And, you know, have my decorations up. I think that'd be kind of fun. I haven't done that in a while. I don't even think I put up my decorations last Christmas because I was like depressed. Oh my god, it's 1:30. I'm not going to get home till 2:10 and I might shit my pants. So, anywho, that's it. I'll update you guys when more happens. I'm going to go try and sit down and knock out the rest of my edits. I just want to get caught up because I'm really like frustrated that I'm not caught up right now. And then I'm going to do some short form content as well, get that stuff posted, try to get caught up, and then we'll see if I can get thumbnails posted, try to get caught up, etc. And we'll go from there. So, okay, love you, bye. For anybody watching at home, I made it by the skin of my teeth. I made it. I'm back in my bathroom. I forgot to mention, I ran into Adam Brody from Nobody Wants This, that show on Netflix. I was leaving the restaurant, and he was coming, and, like, he saw me see him, but then he, like, put some sunglasses on, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna, like, fangirl over this guy. I do like that show, but it didn't seem like I needed to stop him or anything like that. But he was going into the restaurant that I was coming out of. How cool was that? Hollywood. Okay, so you guys remember I was obsessing about my iPad. Remember I said I would randomly throw stuff in boxes sometimes? Found it. So, there's that. So now, I'm not going to do Christmas decorations because it's raining and I don't feel like lugging Christmas decorations upstairs in the rain. So, one of three items from the garage. The second one is my jacket from when I did Rocky Horror. I need to find that for the show, and I think I know where it is, so I'm going to go look for that.
Oh, I love a short dance concert.
Oh, we're gonna spike that.